Hello, it's Ruby, and I am doing a Q&A, a live Q&A. So it's actually quite nerve-wracking because I've never filmed live before and I'm not sure exactly what it involves. So I just want to check that I am live. If you can see me, could you just comment on the Google Hangouts that should be to the right of the screen or at the bottom if you're on a mobile platform? I think it's working. Could you tell me? I just want to be sure. I don't want to be talking and then realise it's not actually live. Oh, 1 second. So I'll start with the questions, and I think I'll start with the Google Hangouts just because I've got it here on my phone, and then I will go over to Instagram in a little bit. So the first question I can see here is, what are you most grateful for? I'm most grateful for being alive, really, because it seems like such a, well, it's not a tiny thing, but there's a really great Richard Dawkins quote, actually. It's, I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but it's something along the lines of, there's such a minuscule chance that you were ever going to be graced on this planet, and the mere fact that you are here is just incredible. And so I am just so grateful that I've actually managed to be placed on a planet, and especially since I am in such a lovely part of the world and somewhere where I am safe, and I am just so grateful for that. I'm grateful for everything, really. And tell me in the conversation what you're most grateful for. I'd love to know. And I'm grateful to J.K. Rowling for creating Harry Potter, of course. CJ Stern asks, what do you do when you are physically and mentally exhausted of learning and revising, particularly during exam period, but you have to keep going? If it's never happened to you, do you have any advice? This has happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to most people who do extensive revision. I love studying, but there are always moments where you're sitting down and you realise that you can't necessarily keep on going. And I think it's really important that you're able to recognise that fact and say, actually, I don't think I am able to continue my work. And that's a very mature thing to say. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with stopping your studying, even if you are in a very crucial stage of your education. I sometimes have days like this. I'm thinking of an example. I could have been working for 6 hours, and then I suddenly just feel so drained. And it does happen, because if you are studying effectively and you are working hard, it's very likely that this is going to be the case. So I just think it's important that you stop and you know when to stop. But I know that you really should keep on going. But I think if you have a short break, then you can come back to it at a later stage. So I hope that answers your question. If not, then you can always say, and I'll. Okay, I'm just saying. Another question. I would like to know, what would you think Hermione would do if one of her close friends started to be really mean to her? I'm thinking, I feel Hermione would deal with it in a very mature way. She wouldn't be spiteful back, so if they were being mean to her, she wouldn't necessarily go and be horrible to them. But then again, she wouldn't put up with it. She wouldn't just ignore them. She wouldn't, what would she actually do? That's actually a really tricky one. I just think it's important that you forgive them and you talk to them, and you just have. I'm not really sure, actually. Can I come back to this one? If I can think of a better answer, I'll come back to it. I'll answer in a different video, or I can message you privately and tell you. I'm not actually completely sure. I'm sorry. This makes me sound very unprepared. I do apologise. Hermione Hodgson, who is my friend Ruby, asks me who is my twin, and of course she knows that herself, she is my twin. We are very, very, very similar, and if you look on my Instagram, actually, you'll see pictures, and people have said they think we are sisters before. So what motivates you to tidy your room? I don't think anything necessarily motivates me as such. I really love to just have a tidy room, and I think if you can look towards that reward that will come as a result of your tidying, then you're going to be so much more likely to actually want to tidy your room. So I think once it's tidied, I'm going to be able to see the floor. Well, my room is actually generally tidy all of the time, But I can imagine, say for instance, I was in a place that was messy and I was going to tidy it. You just have to think about the end product and think about how great it will look once it is clean, and then you'll want to clean it, and you'll want to keep it clean as well. What fiction books would you recommend? I'm starting to read again after a while. My favourites are cult classics. I do love traditional classics. Would you call them traditional classics? I think you could call them that. Like Great Expectations, and I love the Bronte sisters, even though I've only read one of each. My favourite of which, I think I liked Anne Bronte's 10 to Wildfell Hall most, even though it's probably the least famous, one of the least famous. But cult classics, I really love To Kill a Mockingbird. I read Kim really recently and I enjoyed that. That's quite philosophical. I like, I'm thinking of more. Fahrenheit 451 is one of my absolute favourites, and 1984 as well. If you're thinking more about contemporary fiction, I actually really like any fictional book that's about bullying, or actually non-fiction as well. I don't know why, it's just a topic that I find really interesting and fascinating. So are there any examples I can think of? Actually, on my Goodreads page, if you find me on Goodreads, which is RubyBones8, then I've got a folder for bullying books, so you can have a look at those. Most of them are contemporary, so you could have a look. What could be a productive activity to do with your friends? Asks Juliet. Hi, Juliet. Study sessions. I know that's probably something you were expecting me to say, but it is an extremely productive way that you can spend time with your friends, because you can make it enjoyable. It doesn't just, I think a lot of people watching this would find studying enjoyable anyway, but for the people who don't necessarily, it can make studying more fun, it can make it more efficient because you're testing people. And if you compare your notes, actually my friend Imogen and I, we had a study session quite recently, and we did philosophy revision, and we were comparing our notes to one another's. And because philosophy is quite a subjective subject, you're able to gather new information. So I think studying with friends is actually a really efficient way of studying. Other things you could do, you could go to museums, you could basically anywhere cultural, you could go on a hike, that's very productive, and that can be enjoyable as well. Okay, let's see what else. Do you plan to go to university, Juliet again? Yes, I do. My dream is to go to Oxford University, and I wish to study philosophy and linguistics. However, I did really want to study English literature, but a few weeks ago I realised that my passion really lies with words in general. And actually, I can't say it right now, but I know somebody asked me what's my favourite word, and it ties in quite well. So my favourite word is pneumatization, which is spelled with a P. And this is the cavities in a bird's bones that allow it to fly. And if you just say this word, it's such a beautiful word. What other words do I like? I love the word barbaric. That's totally barbaric. That's a great word as well. I like to use that whenever I can. What do you do when you're not especially in the mood to study? If you're not in the mood to study and you feel that you have to, it's really important that you motivate yourself. I actually did a video how to get motivated to study, but I can recap some of those tips quickly. So I usually have scents that trigger motivation, if that makes sense. So if I am feeling very motivated, I'll usually spray a perfume or light a candle, and that means that I associate the scent with hard work and with being motivated. So for example, my favourites, the ones that I find especially effective, are White Company Pillow Mist, even though it's not, but still it works really, really well. And also the Spiced Pumpkin Village Candle, and also there's the Hagrid Pumpkin Patch. Who's that by? I think it's by, who's it by? It's an Etsy seller. It's Book Lovers Candles, or it's the other one. From the Page Candles, that's it. The pumpkin one for that is very similar to this. And I always like, whenever I light this, I just suddenly feel so motivated. But you can also go outside just on a quick walk. I like to do that in the mornings, because then it gets you ready for studying when you come back in. What else can you do? Reading Harry Potter is actually really effective, or just watching a clip from Harry Potter. Or you could, I like Lisa Simpson as well, so I can read the Lisa book or the Lisa Simpson Guide to Geek Chic. I feel I'm spending too long on questions. Am I? I'm sorry. Okay, what time do you go to and get back from school? I leave for school at 8:05 and I have to be there for 8:40, even though it only takes about 5-10 minutes to get to school. And I get back from school. School ends at 4 and I get back at around 4:20. How do you make new friends when you're the only one who likes books and the rest of your friends are either immature or girly, says Julie. You don't necessarily have to have the same interests to make friends, and that's something that's really important to realise. A lot of my friends aren't into books, aren't into reading, aren't into studying, but that doesn't mean that I care for them any less. There may be things that you can bond over that aren't necessarily to do with books and studying. And I know, especially when people are immature, it can be really difficult to find something. But if you have a good time with them, and if you enjoy spending time with them, and if you care for them, that shouldn't really mean anything. Yeah, I hope that answers your question. How to make school more fun? Is it not already fun? School is the most enjoyable experience that anybody will ever have, and you will reach the age of 20 and look back and say, wow, I really wish I'd appreciated my school days. How can you make it more fun? You can do more studying, you can be more organised, and that means that your teachers will respect you more, and this is really important, because if you have good relationships with your teachers, it just makes lessons more enjoyable. If you've got a teacher that you are scared of or you just really dislike, I am sure that it probably would mean that you aren't enjoying your lessons as much, and the main part of school is, of course, lessons. So if you're enjoying your lessons, then school will obviously be more enjoyable. I get back from school at 6:30. Do you have any tips for time management, as I don't have long to do my homework and study? That is very late to get back. Is it that you do clubs, or... Oh, I don't... That's essential. I've said that in so many videos. 6:30. Wow. I feel really sorry for you. If you're in the car, if it's just a really long car journey, could you study in the car? I know you might get car sickness, but if you sometimes read through the sickness, it can actually almost make you immune to car sickness. So you could try that. Also, break times, you can always do studying then. Whenever you have a free moment, just try and do studying. I try and do this anyway, but it must be much more difficult for you. And you don't necessarily want to go to bed later. You could get up earlier, actually. Getting up earlier might help. Hi, Indira, by the way. She said hi, and then she put a love heart, so hi, Indira. Sorry, I'm just looking because they're not questions. How do you get your textbooks in the summer holidays, asks Thora. I actually get mine right before the summer holidays, but actually, no, I didn't actually. That's a lie. Between year 10 and 11, I had the same textbooks as I had in year 10, and so I still had them, which meant that I could easily study from them. But between year 9 and year 10, I didn't have any textbooks at all. Instead, I used the syllabuses that you can find online. I'm not sure if it's the same in other countries, but I know in the UK, if you go on GCSE BBC Bite Size, you can find all of the topics that are going to be covered. Make sure you talk to your teachers first, though, because you don't want to go on there and then learn a new topic. I actually did this with geography. I learned the glaciation topic, but we weren't studying that. Well, I wasn't useless because I really enjoyed learning about it, but it might be beneficial to ask your teachers. And actually, if you ask, they may even give you your textbooks early. I'm going to see if I can do that this year for textbooks ready for sixth form. What are some educational books I could get? Do you mean as in non-fiction? Do you mean relating to schoolwork? You could, well, you've got you've got textbooks, of course. I'm not sure if this is necessarily what you want, but I'm going to probably recommend non-fiction books, because I don't really like to learn from the revision books that you get. I don't know why, it just doesn't really work with me as well, because I feel that the textbooks already have all of the information. I think it's just really important that you find books relating to the subject. And if you go into Waterstones or Foyles, you are going to find massive bookshelves full of every single topic you could ever imagine, and you will find something. Educational books, this is one I'm reading at the moment. My best friend Ruby and I both got this when we went up to Oxford Waterstones. It is The Elements of Eloquence by Mark Forsyth, and it is incredible. I'm not sure if Ruby's actually started reading hers yet, but I have, and I really love it. It's basically about the English language, so it tells you different techniques, different rhetorical techniques. So synthesia, what else? Merism, loads of, it's brilliant. Mark Forsyth is great. And if you want other recommendations, you can go and watch my Hermione Granger book list. Oh, everyone's saying I can see you. I didn't. Oh, hi, Matthew. In terms of Harry Potter, did you read it or watch it first? I watched it first, actually, and I feel really bad in saying that. I feel like I'm confessing to a sin of some kind. I never watch films and then read the books, but with Harry Potter, it was surprisingly the other way around. You see, I used to be terrified of Harry Potter. Somebody would say Voldemort, and I would scream, I would put my hands in my ears, I would cover my eyes. And then my mum and dad watched Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and Hermione Granger came in, and my parents just paused and said, she is just like Ruby, we need to get her to watch it. So they full winded, you know, the first scene in the Philosopher's Stone where you've got Voldemort walking up the pathway to Harry's old house in Godric's Hollow. They had to full wind that because of the Voldemort bit, but I saw Hermione and I just instantly fell in love with the franchise. Oh, Indira says, hi Ruby, so glad you got it working, because I was having quite a little difficulty, actually. The plugin wasn't installed and it wasn't saying go live, and so Indira was helping me with that, so thank you, Indira. What do you do when your friends pressure you to wear makeup? Would Hermione wear makeup in her later years, do you think? That's really bad that friends are pressuring you to wear makeup, pressurizing you to wear makeup. That's not something that real friends should be doing, because you are beautiful just the way you are, and it's not their decision. It's nothing to do with them. They shouldn't tell you to wear makeup. That's completely your decision. I'm actually quite angry that somebody would have said that to you, Julie. That's awful. I'm sorry. You tell them no. Just say, how would you even react to that? That's so bad how somebody's actually doing that. You've just got to say, surely my inner beauty is more is more important than my outer beauty. And really, it's going against feminism, them saying that you've got to, it's anti-feminist for them to say that you've got to wear makeup. I'm actually really angry with that, I'm sorry. And actually, yes, I do think she would wear makeup in her later years, probably because, you know, in the Goblet of Fire, at the Yule Ball, she wears makeup because it says in the books. Probably Deathly Hallows as well, she would definitely be wearing makeup on a daily basis, but only a little bit. Not loads, like not loads of foundation and eyeliner and whatnot. What do you do when you're not especially in the mood to study? I've actually answered this. I just realised I've answered this. Do you think you would be different if you hadn't discovered Harry Potter? Yes, I would. J.K. Rowling has shaped me as an individual, especially Hermione Granger, of course. As I said before, my parents had noticed that I was similar to the character anyway, but she has enhanced that part of me. Yes, so I would not be the same person, I don't think. Oh, hi, I don't know how to say your name. Dragana, is that how you say it? Hi, Dragana, she says hello. How do you deal with people who mock or criticise you? See, this is really upsetting to hear. It's awful that people do this kind of thing. You need to straighten up your back, put up your head, and say to them, why are you doing this? How is this impacting you at all? How is this improving your life? And if that doesn't do anything, I don't even know. You need to rise above it. You need to show them that you're the better person. And even if they're criticizing you, you have to make sure that you stay the same. You don't change because of their criticisms. You don't, say for instance, they say you've got really puffy hair, you don't come in the next day with straightened hair. You come in with the puffy hair again, and you are proud of it. You're proud of who you are. Criticism. You don't react when people mock you, even if it does hurt you inside. And I know it might. You just have to tell them that this isn't a kind thing for you to be doing, and then hopefully they'll stop. But private message me if you want any more advice. I'd love to talk with you about this. Where do you get all of your books that you read? Either the school library. I love my school library, and I love the library team. Or Waterstones. Waterstones is, I can't put into words how much Waterstones means to me. Or actually Amazon as well, if you want books more cheaper. But if you're looking for books, then I think Waterstones is the best. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Hopefully working in a publishing firm. I'd quite like to go into book publishing when I'm older. That'd be amazing, actually. Do you know Joseph Wright? I do. How do you know him, Bailey? He's my second cousin. Oh, I haven't seen him in so long. What are the best educational textbooks? My history textbook is the most amazing textbook ever, and I was so sad I had to actually give it in last week, and it was just horrible. It was horrible. I'm actually going to buy my own copy on Amazon, even though it's £20. It's really expensive, but I'm going to save up to get a copy because it's brilliant. I don't know the exact details, but it's for EdXL. It's a GCSE textbook, and it's green with a plane on the front. Hopefully that's enough information. If you search up EdXL GCSE history textbook, you have to get it. It's brilliant. What's your favourite colour today? Dark purple or blood red? Have you ever had a teacher that you didn't get along with? Because I'm going to be in a class with a teacher that doesn't like me. Any advice? I've never really had a teacher that I didn't get along with. That's a lie, actually. I had a teacher in reception who I really disliked. She was awful. She was really horrible. What would I do though if I were in a class? You need to restore relationships. You can't go on throughout the year and still enjoy lessons and still get good grades. I'm not sure if it probably wouldn't impact grades. Teachers are objective. You need to show them that you are a dedicated student. So if you give in extra pieces of homework, if you just try really hard with all of your work and you're really polite, you don't talk in lessons, always answer questions, I am sure that they will get along with you in no time. How old are you? I am 16, and people never believe me when I say that. How old do you think I look? I want to know. Just leave a message down below. I want to make it more interactive, but I don't know how to. Indira says, hey Ruby, amazing live stream. Also, do you prefer Luna or Ginny? Thank you, first of all, Indira. I prefer Luna, I think. I do like Ginny, though. I like Ginny in the earlier films, but I don't like her so much in the later films. So up until The Goblet of Fire, I really like her, and then I don't necessarily after that. I still like her, but just not to the same extent. What do you think Hermione would like to do if she were a muggle? Go to the library, go to school, study, read, practically the same things that she likes to do in the Wizarding world. What do you think of Ginny? Oh, just earlier films, she was fantastic. I think she was just a really amusing character. But then in later films, I didn't really like the relationship with Harry. I just don't really, I don't know. I think Harry and, who do I think Harry should have actually got together with? Not Hermione. I think Hermione should have been a feminist and not got married at all. But Ginny, I think she is intelligent. She is kind, but she's there's not very much depth to her character, and I'm sorry. I don't want to receive hate for that. I still like her. I'm not saying I dislike her. I just say there isn't too much depth. Best educational YouTubers. My favourite YouTuber of all time is Murphy Studebaker. I'm not sure if she'd be considered an educational, but she does Harry Potter. The girl who she was in Child Genius in America. I can't remember her name. I feel really bad. I'm sorry. This isn't a very good answer. Let's see. Well, okay, I'll put it in a later video. I'll put it in the description box after this video has ended. I need to write a note to myself. Okay, what colour post-it notes are your favourites? My favourites are this green from Tesco's, and I've never really got stationery from Tesco's. Really, really good post-it notes. YouTubers, educational. I'm sorry if this live stream is quite boring. I've never actually done one before, and oh gosh, it's 3:30. I did not realise that. Well, we'll keep on going. Yes, I'll keep on going. Have you pre-ordered The Cursed Child? Yes, I have. Of course I have. What's your opinion of Hermione? No. As I said before, Hermione should have been single. Pink, yellow. Oh! What did I ask? Oh, right. Yeah, I asked post-it notes. Sorry, I was getting really confused there. Yellow, yes. And I do like pink. I like this pink, though. Well, it's post-it notes. This pink, which is again from Tesco's. I like that pink. Okay, I'm going to go over to Instagram now to get some more questions because I know people left me quite a few. Oh, out of interest, I want to know who is watching this who knows me, as in has physically met me. I'm just wondering. I'm sorry, I'm just curious. Okay, I've got 46 comments. Wow. See, it's just so surprising. When I started this YouTube channel, I had no idea that it was going to grow to 1,000. I think it's 125 at the moment. That is just mind-boggling. I can't even express how grateful I am to every single person who watches my videos. It's unbelievable. Okay, Emily asks, what phone do you have and how long do you spend on it each day? I have the iPhone 5, which was my dad's, and I got it secondhand. And how long do you spend on... Oh, how long do I spend? It does vary. Some days I won't go on it at all, but most days I do like to see the comments that people have put on my YouTube videos, and I do like to see what people have said, just because I don't want to suddenly be gone just because I'm not posting a video that day. But I don't really like to go on it too much. I'd quite happily turn it off and put it in the other room for 3 weeks. Actually, my phone has been out of charge for about 8 months before and I just haven't used it. What's your favourite colour? I've answered this. Why do you like Hermione Granger? Does she help you in your life? Yes, she does. She's an inspiration to all. And I think just if you watch her in any of the films or read about her in any of the books, you could just see that she is just an incredible, incredible character. How do you feel about makeup? I will sometimes wear makeup. I will wear concealer and I will wear clear mascara and I will wear lip balm, like tinted lip balm. But I really do not agree with makeup that covers you up as an individual. I think it's okay if it's going to enhance how you already look. So for example, if you had, sometimes actually I will, because I've got really red cheeks, it's actually really visible in this light. I've got rosacea, which means that I get really, really red cheeks. And so sometimes I can use a calming kind of, I think it's a primer actually. It's green tinted, so it makes your skin go a tiny bit paler because it goes really, really, really red sometimes. See, that's just kind of enhancing though. It's not covering it up as such because you can still see the red. It's just lowering it a tiny bit. So I just don't agree with it when people will put on foundation all over their face, a mask, and I do understand some people may say it makes them feel more secure about themselves, and I do understand that, but personally I don't feel that that's the right way to approach makeup. I think if you had some concealer and you want to cover up a blemish, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but I think when people make themselves unrecognisable through makeup, I don't agree with that at all. Which book are you currently reading? The Elements of Eloquence. I'm also reading Great Expectations, another book that Ruby and I are reading together, and Gulliver's Travels, which was recommended by my friend Becky. Mary Kate. Apart from Hermione, who is your favourite character from Harry Potter? Severus Snape, because he is... Oh, or Sirius Black. Snape or Black. I love how different they are, though. They're absolute polar enemies, and they're my two favourites, other than Hermione, of course. What do you think Hermione would excel in most at Muggle School? I'd like to say maths or languages or sciences. I think she'd excel at everything, though. I don't think creative subjects to the same extent, because in divination, of course, we saw that she wasn't necessarily as good at those kinds of things. Sorry, I've just received a message and I completely lost my train of thought. How did you meet Harry Potter the first time? I answered this. How do you feel? Do you ever feel that you're not really an individual, you're just copying Hermione? No, because I was like Hermione a little bit before, so I don't feel as though I'm actually copying her as such. I am copying her. I'm not going to deny that. Actually, I am copying her. There are some moments where I'll be sitting there and I'll think, what would Hermione do? And then I'll adjust my actions accordingly. But I don't think it's excessive in the way that it dominates my life. It just plays a very natural part really now, because there are a lot of things that Hermione does that I just naturally do myself now that I've been trying to be her for so long. What do you think is the best thing about Hermione? Her love of knowledge and learning and books. Do you ever read love stories? I don't really like them, actually. I'm not a big fan. Usually if a love story crops up in a book, I will get very annoyed because it's not my favourite. At what time do you go to bed and what time do you get up? Asks So Confused. I hope you're not too confused, sorry. I get up at 6 to 6:30 on weekdays and on weekends. Actually, weekends sometimes I'll get up at 7. And I go to bed at about 10, but maybe 11 on a weekend. What are your favourite Hermione moments? Indira and I, we were talking, well, she said one of her favourite quotes was the one where Hermione is sitting on the stairs with Harry, and she says, "How does it feel, Harry, when you see Dean with Ginny?" I love that scene. It's so sad, but I love it. And I also love her, or worse, expelled. That scene, I think there's another one from The Prisoner of Azkaban. I love her in the first train scene of The Prisoner of Azkaban. Favourite genre of books is non-fiction. Anything non-fiction. That's not really a genre. I can say types of books I like. I don't know if that's a particular genre. I like dystopians, but only to a certain extent. Not really the modern dystopians as much. Do you play an instrument? No, but I've played like 8 in the past. Favourite animal? I like polar bears, pandas, and sharks. I love sharks. When did you start GCSE revision? I started in the summer no, I didn't. I started in about May of year 9. I started really early, and I had quite intense revision from year 9 to year 10. I would really recommend this. I was looking over textbooks, and also because we'd already started the Science A course, so I was looking over my notes from that. I wrote up all of my revision notes, flashcards, and I was learning it over that summer holiday, and it was so helpful. I think you've said, when would you recommend? As early as you possibly can. You will really thank yourself later, and Hermione definitely would do this. My favourite wizard candy, chocolate frogs, because of the chocolate frog card, of course. Do you like writing stories? Yes, I do. I love writing stories. My favourite singer is... I don't really like vocal music, actually. I much prefer classical, so I'm going to leave that question. In one of your videos, you say that you have always been a vegetarian. Have you ever tasted meat? Yes, I have, actually. My mum once got me the wrong pasty, and she said, "You've got to eat it." And I had a bite, and I felt awful. I was by the toilet because I felt so sick. That's the only time I've ever tasted it, though. Are you worried about exam day? Yes. Wait. Oh, that's Tashna. Hi, Tashna. Do you mean results day? I'm nervous about results day too, but exam days, like when I do get very nervous. How can we stay productive in summer? I will make a video on this because there's too much to say. Advice for revising for GCSEs. What would a typical, again, sorry, video ideas, I will do those another time. Is it weird trying to be like Hermione, or have you got into the routine of doing it? It's not too weird, actually. No, I don't find it too weird. I do, I've gotten into the routine of doing it. I don't find it weird anymore. Have you ever considered having a vlogging channel? No, I haven't. My sister wants me to because she wants to vlog with me, but maybe I will consider it. Oh, wow. The Wizarding Share this is an amazing account. I'm going to show you. Can you see? Sorry. Go and follow this account. I will post I post a screenshot on my Instagram, and then you can go and follow because amazing edits. You'll love it. How did your parents react on living like Hermione? They accept it. They're very kind about it. Sometimes they get annoyed. They say, why are you doing this? Why do you studying so much? But they are very supportive. What's my favorite school subject? You're asking me to pick a favorite child. No, I'm gonna say the 4 subjects I'm doing for A-level, which and geography as well. I'm not doing geography and it's really sad. But I'm doing chemistry, English, literature, philosophy and ethics, and Spanish, but I also love geography and I'm so sad to be giving it up. What would you do if you were ever hacked? Do you have another channel? I'd never even thought about being hacked. I don't have another channel, but I would make another channel. Oh, backup channel. That's a good idea, actually. I might make one. Who is your bestest friend? Ruby asks. Ruby, you know that you're my bestest friend, but I do have other best friends who who else? Libby. Hi, Libby, if you're watching this. Who else? Loads of friends from school. Katie, Becky as well. Emily. Esme. She's we've been friends since we were tiny. Literally since I was born, I've been friends with her. But Ruby, again, you've asked about who is your bestest friend. So basically, Ruby and I are extremely similar. So literally, we've counted similarities. We've got an excessive number. It's actually crazy. You go and follow her on Instagram. Actually, her name is RosRub02. So go and have a look. You'll probably find her through my Instagram, actually. How can you study for 10 hours a day? I really enjoy it. So I'll be studying and I won't want to stop. And this means that I'll look at the clock and I'll say, oh, wow, look at that, 10 hours. Sometimes I'll even go on to about 13. I think my record is something like excessive, like 15 hours. She's given more. So how old are you and where do you live? I am 16, as I said, and I live in England. What do you like most in Hermione? Answer that again, intelligence, really. If you could, which house of Hogwarts would you choose? Ravenclaw. I love Ravenclaw. And Pottermore. Put me in Ravenclaw. Do you have any tips for staying calm right before and during your exams? I am always incredibly nervous. I feel like I would do so much better if I were calmer. It's funny you asked that, actually, because I find that when I'm nervous, I always perform better. Actually, Hermione said this in the Order of the Phoenix right before her OWLs. She said that she enjoyed the nerves. She didn't enjoy them, but they helped her to always perform at her best. And I think this is true to an extent, because when you're nervous, everything just suddenly pours out of you. So you'll have a question, you'll just be like, yes, I know this, and you're writing as fast as you can. So, but to stay calm, I usually have rescue remedies. I think I've got some right by my desk, actually. I do, yes. These rescue pastels, these are really good. They're by Bach. Rescue pastels, soothing pastels, alcohol-free, and natural flavourings. So yes, go and get some of these. These help. My friend Natasha has them right before her exams, and she says that they are the best. What songs do you have on your phone or computer? I can have a look, actually. It's mainly soundtracks, actually, if you're interested, though. I don't want to just read them all out. I'll tell you a few. I've got Alone from Coraline. I've got A Little Princess soundtrack music. And how gorgeous is this? I don't want to bore you, but this is called Angel Wings from A Little Princess, which is directed by Alfonso, I can't pronounce his last name, but you know The Prisoner of Azkaban, same director as that. It's a great film if you haven't seen it, and if you haven't read the book. I also like Jack Johnson, actually. Someone asked me favourite singer. Jack Johnson may very well be my favourite singer. I've got some Peter Pan soundtrack music, lots of Harry Potter music. I love Harry and Winter from The Goblet of Fire. That's one of my favourites. So I hope that answers your question. I need to find questions again. Oh, okay. Would you like to travel to Spain? I have travelled to Spain before, and I love Spain, and I am going again this summer. Can we be friends? Of course we can be friends. I want to be friends with you. Oh. Would you rather die in the next 5 minutes or live forever? Asks Ruby_Granger_. I want to say live forever. I know that makes me sound like Voldemort. But that'd be so, oh my gosh, that's so, I think anyone really, it's human instinct to say live forever. If you're that close to death, if somebody has a big red button and you can press it right before you die, it's so likely you're going to go and press it. I just feel it's human instinct. So if somebody said you're going to die in 5 minutes, there's so much I haven't accomplished in my life. There's so much I still want to accomplish. I am sure I would try and live forever. I'm sorry if that makes me a horrible person, but I think if it came to that, I wouldn't want to live forever, but if it came to that, I know that that's probably how I'd react. Do you like Hamilton the musical? I've never heard of it. Sorry, I'll have a look into it. What exam boards do you do at your school? It varies depending on the subject. I do Edexcel Maths, Edexcel History, OCR, RS, and basically AQA for the majority of the others. And I do IGCSE for English. Okay, I'm going to go back onto the live chat because I haven't looked on it yet. Oh, wow, lots of messages. 54 people are watching. Hello, 54 people. I am very honoured that you have taken the time out of your lives to come and watch me. It's crazy that many people are watching me right now. It doesn't feel as though I'm talking to that many people. It feels as though I actually feel like I'm just talking to myself in here. I think if my parents know I'm doing this, but if they came in, then I can just imagine somebody walking past and thinking, what is she doing in there? So can redheads still be like Hermione? Of course they can. That's really sad how you're going to even say that. Mia Dubois says, of course you can still be like Hermione. Besides, it's nothing to do with how you look. Nothing at all. It's all to do with what's in here. Hermione doesn't care about how she looks. Why does she let her hair get so puffy? So I've made mine puffy like her, so it's not actually very similar to what she probably do, but of course, no matter what you look like, if you've got white blonde hair, if you're red hair, it doesn't make any difference at all. You can still be just like Hermione. Vanya Shivasankar, the child genius. Yes, I think it is actually. I think it is. That's good. Great. Thank you, Natasha. What house are you in? Ravenclaw. It grew like a tree. Cookie, I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. I'm sorry. What is your lock screen? My lock screen is very boring. It's just one of the Apple. This. That's all it is. It's not very exciting. I'm sorry. But I did have an exam countdown on here while my exams were approaching. Let's get back onto that. What job would you do? Book publishing. Are you a feminist? Of course. Of course. Of course. Do you support AI? Artificial intelligence? Oh, I don't really actually have an opinion on it. Yes, I think it's going to be able to positively impact our world, but I also think that there are grave dangers if we are actually going to go ahead with such a decision. My mother and aunt teach in my school, and everyone says I only get good grades because they are staff there help. That's awful that people say that. Besides, if they see you in lessons, surely they can see that you are an intelligent person. You are working hard for your grades. Does your mum and aunt do your mum and aunt actually teach you personally? Because could you ask if they could not teach you the next year? Is that something that perhaps could help? You need to talk to your classmates. You need to make it clear. You need to show them that you are an intelligent person, and I have no doubt that you are. I have rosacea too. Ruby has rosacea too. That's another similarity. And how I said we were so similar. Ruby also has rosacea. Please answer my question. Which question have you asked, Ruby? Put it down again and I will answer it. I'm sorry, I must have missed it out. Which book do you hate? There was an awful, awful book. I love bullying books, but I read a terrible one called Drowning Anna. And I despised it. I kept on going because it was really easy. So I thought, yeah, I might as well finish it. It was one of those typical teenage books. I thought it was going to be brilliant because it's about a girl who, sorry, it's making me sound really bad. It's about a girl who commits suicide. So I thought it was going to be really deep and heartfelt, and it was going to go into the issue of bullying in a more mature and profound way. But instead, it was literally just recounting her, this nemesis of her. And I just didn't think it was very deep. I don't think it was thought out, and I just really would not recommend it. What do you think of Luna? She's the complete opposite of Hermione, so I wouldn't say I'm actually very similar to her. I think she's a great person. I think she's so lovely, she's so kind, and I would love to be friends with her if I met her. You look like Hermione so much. I love your channel. Oh, thank you, Best Weasley. That's so lovely of you. Hermione's got paler skin than me, though. That's one, and also my hair isn't very dark. I wish it was darker. I'm thinking of dyeing it dark brown, but I think it would be less like mine if I were to do that, simply because she wouldn't care about her appearance that much. If you lived in America, who would you vote for? Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, or Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders. Hi from Canada. Hey from Canada. Wow, that's incredible. Bernie Sanders. Yes, I think his policies are the best. Oh my God, I'm watching you from Italy. Oh wow, I can't believe you're watching me from Italy. Wow, that's incredible. Can you speak Spanish? Very limited, but what should I say? Hola. I don't know what to say. Mi libro favorito es Harry Potter. I don't know what to say. I can speak some Spanish, but I have no idea what I'd actually say. If you tell me to say something, I might be able to say it, but I'm not sure. My Spanish is quite limited, but I am taking it for A-level, and I do enjoy the language. I think it's a beautiful language. I use Rosetta Stone for Spanish, actually. I recommend it. I put it here. Rosetta Stone. It's amazing. It's quite pricey, but I think it's definitely worth it. But they've also got this app called Duolingo, which is free on the App Store, and you can learn, I think, about 14 different languages to choose from, so have a look at that. I'm from Germany. Oh, wow. Hi to Germany. Juliet's from Italy. So many mentions in this live stream. Oh yes, Indira. I keep on talking about her. Sorry, Indira. I don't mean to just keep on talking about you, but I keep on thinking. Just please answer all questions and read all my messages on here. Oval that's an anagram. Sorry, it's an anagram for love you. That's from Ruby again. What type of videos do you watch on YouTube? It depends. I watch so many Matilda the Musical videos that my internet history must just be Matilda Shapland, Lottie Silica, just everybody. I love Matilda the Musical. What else do I watch? I like watching book reviews. I like watching bullying short films a lot. I love bullying short films. I will make a folder, a playlist. I think are they playlists or folders on YouTube with a selection of my favourite bullying films, and then you can have a look through them. I just love bullying short films. What do you think of Draco Malfoy? Deeply understood. I think he's a great character, really, but he is vile. No way, I am in year 9 and have been revising since May too. See, Indira, we've got very, very many similarities. Look at that. Would you rather be never able to read or never allowed to write? I'd rather not be able to write than read. Because with writing, at least you could dictate your words and then somebody else could write for you. I'm from Sweden. Hi to Sweden. Tips for going into secondary school. I'm from Ireland. Hi to Ireland. I love how everyone's saying which country they're from. This is incredible. Wow, I can't believe how my channel is actually global. That's shocking to think. Wow. A vlogging channel would be amazing. Oh, thank you very much. Tips for going to secondary school. I was actually in my primary school and secondary school were in the same building. Well, not the same building, but it's, well, actually it was in the same building. It's the same school. So from year 6 to year 7, it wasn't too much, it wasn't a massive transition. I think if you're going into a new school though, it's just really important that for the first day you are prepared and you have all the correct stationery because you want to make a good impression on teachers, and just talk to people. If you see somebody, go up to them, say hi, sit with people at lunch, just make sure that you're friendly with people, because then you'll make good friends. When I was in year 7, on the first day, I just made sure that I talked to everybody I could. I said hi to everybody, and if any, because obviously I'd already been at the school, I made sure that I could help people if they were stuck. So that's actually a tip. If you're in year 8, for example, and you're looking at the new year 7s coming in, make sure that you do help the younger girls. Also, someone messaged Ruby on Instagram to switch to here. Oh, right, okay, no, I am on here now. You're in Gryffindor. No, I'm not, I'm in Ravenclaw. What are you doing when you are too tired to study? Reading really calms me down. That never tires me, but I also like to watch Harry Potter, documentaries. This is amazing, right? Okay, so for my birthday, I know it's downstairs. Oh, I was going to show you. Basically, I got the Days That Shook the World collection. I talked about it in a video once, and it was such a massive surprise, and it's an amazing documentary series. So that's something great that you could watch. Oh, I recognise you. I can't see your name, I'm sorry. Shayeen, I think that's how you pronounce it. I get so many messages from you. I'm so glad that you're watching this. I wish I could study that long. I wish that I wish I loved it, then it would be easier. You need to make yourself love it. You can make yourself love anything. If you make it fun, and if you motivate yourself, and if you enjoy it when you're doing it, there's nothing to say that you're not going to enjoy it. Oh, you're Italian, hi. Again, somebody else from Italy. I basically love you. My questions are, how many hours do you spend studying per day? That varies depending on exams that are approaching. If I've got exams on the Monday and it's the Sunday, obviously I'm going to be doing a hardcore revision. Hardcore revision is 10 to 12 hours. Normal days, so for example today, I'll probably average out at around 6 or 7. Actually probably less because of the live stream, and most Sundays, okay, so if it was a Sunday, I'd probably do about 6 or 7 if I didn't have, because I've got, yeah, not too much actually. On weekends especially, I don't do too much studying. I mainly do extension work and reading on weekends, not really revision, apart from in this period, obviously, because I've got GCSEs. On school nights, around 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. I don't speak any Italian. Sorry. You said something in Italian, but I don't understand it, sorry. You've gone way past 5:15. 3:15, yeah. I know I have. Ooh. See, I was originally going to do 3:15, and then it said that you had to do a minimum of 30 minutes. So I did 30 minutes, and then I've been doing it for an hour now. Wow, look at that. I'm sorry. Feel free to leave if you want to, but if you're enjoying it, then I'm enjoying it. It's quite an odd experience, not something I've previously done before. but I'm enjoying it. It's nice to get your comments. It's incredible to get your... Oh, hi Hattie! How was your last exam? So glad they're over. I haven't had my last exam yet, Hattie. Hattie goes to my school. She's one of my very close friends, and unfortunately she's leaving, and it's really sad. Can everyone post a sad face for her, just to say that I am extremely sorry that you're leaving, Hattie. So it's on Monday. My last exam is on Monday, and I do feel prepared for it. I've done about 5 out of the 6 possible past papers now, so I'm saving the last one for tomorrow evening. I'm so glad they're over. I'm not sure if I'm glad they're over, because I do quite like working towards something. I'm glad that I had this statistics one, but yes, it is a relief, I do agree. And I can't believe you're watching this. It's really weird that there are people from school watching this. If there are, if Hattie's watching it, it's actually really, really crazy. Yeah, okay. Can you relate with that? So if I'm talking to you, it doesn't feel as though I've got people watching who know me, but then they do. So it's really odd. Do people understand what I'm saying there? How do you do educational activities when you don't get much homework? I was thinking about doing a video on this actually in the summer, because in the summer you really do not get much homework at all. So you're very limited in the educational activities that you are able to do. What can you do? You can do, I don't really want to talk about it now because it's going to be a surprise, of course, but extension projects, that's really the thing I'm going to be focusing on, and that's something that any Hermione Granger fan is definitely going to agree with. We've got 3 fans from Italy, yes! Hi Italy, like Italy is obviously 3 amazing fans there, so hi to all my Italian fans. Will you be my friend too, by the way? I am Black. Hi, Game Drop. Yes, of course I'll be your friend. Yeah, but if you want to message me, by the way, feel free to just go on Instagram and send me a message, and I will hopefully be able to reply. I do apologise because I do get a lot of messages from fans, and so it is sometimes quite difficult to reply to them. But I will eventually reply. I'm sorry if you've waited about a week. I will reply eventually. It's just I do get quite busy with studying and also with YouTube, but I do try to reply to people's messages. So if you do send them, I would love to become your friends. Anybody who wants to be my friend, message me and we can talk. Can a redhead still be like Hermione? It's just that redheads are typically a Ron Weasley. That's Mia again. Mia, it's really sad that you think this. Redheads don't have to be a Ron Weasley. You could very well be a Ron Weasley. I could be a Ron Weasley with like blondie, dirty blonde hair. It doesn't make a difference. Hair colour makes none of your physical attributes make any difference to your personality. Like not your hair colour, not your skin colour, not your eye colour. None of it makes any difference at all. So please don't let that distinguish who you've got to be. Just because you're a redhead doesn't mean that you've got to be a Ron Weasley. You can still be Hermione Granger, and I will support you in your quest to be Hermione Granger. I'm sure you're already very, very similar to her. 53 actually. 53 at the moment. Look at that. Am I getting close to the bottom? Wow, I'm very behind on these. Okay, I'm gonna try and go through. Oh, Mia said, oh, thank you. So I don't know, I must have answered it by then. How do you learn lines for production or play? Keep on going over them, keep on going over them, keep on going over them as much as you can, really. Hello?
Hello.
My mother's here.
How much longer are you going to do it for?
See, I was
You're not going to lose your voice.
No, do you want to come and say hello? No. Do you want my mum to say hello? Do you want her to? Wait, I'm going to go down and see if... Mum, you can come and say hello.
Oh, no. You look like a mess.
So this is my mum. Of course, you've seen her in some of my videos. She's been in some short films.
Hello. Hello, these fans.
Okay, I'm sorry if you didn't want to see my mother, but she's very lovely, so I'm sure you would have wanted to see her. Okay, where was I? I'm just trying to find where I was now. I'm ages behind. Okay. One of my friends, who used to be one of my best friends, is currently quite mean to me. Do you have any tips? Love you. That's really sad. It's actually really horrible just how many people have sent questions like this. First of all, it's important that you're not bitter towards them. If they're really, even if they seem like a friend at the moment, if you originally got on well with them, it's very likely that you are going to be able to restore your relationship, but you want to take a break from it. That's essential. You want to step away from the relationship for a little bit, give it space, and let her know. This is really important. Let her know how it's making you feel, because I'm sure that she still cares for you, and if you were once best friends, it's very likely that she does not realize what she's doing. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting really heartfelt now, but I've had experience with this before. So please message me on @_Ruby Granger, and we can talk about that, because I do have some advice for that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to ask you some serious questions, says Game Drop. Okay, Game Drop, I'm prepared for your serious questions. Hi, Hattie says hi again. That was ages ago. I'm not sure if you're still watching this, Hattie. And did you see the sad faces? People left you some sad faces. What are you doing with your best friend and twin in the holidays? We are meeting up 8 times, and she is coming up to my house, and I'm going down to her house. And we're going to go shopping, we're going to go book shopping, we're going to film some videos together, actually. So if you've got any suggestions for videos you want us to do together, we're already thinking of doing a book haul and maybe a Hermione Granger tutorial together, and maybe some impressions together. And I've got a video filmed, but I'm saving that for a special occasion. What else are we doing? We are going to Harry Potter Studio Tour, which is going to be incredible. And if you bump into us while we're there, then please feel free to go and come over and say hi. I'd love to meet you. So, I was born in London. When I was 5, my parents moved to Norway because my dad is Norwegian. That's quite cool. Look at that. And you moved when you were 5. That's the same age that Emma Watson moved from Paris to London. What are your views on the evolution of the loved Hermione Granger? Much preferred her in the earlier films. I think she changed significantly as the films progressed, but I think book-wise, she did stay true to herself the whole way through. I just feel the movies needed that love kind of, I don't know even, it's just, I don't agree with it really. I think when you reach a certain age, the director will say, oh, actually, you know, now you're at this age, I think it's really important that you do this. So yeah, no, I much prefer her in the earlier films. I think Goblet of Fire, up until then, I like her, and then after that, I still love her, of course, but it starts to dwindle a tiny bit. Who am I? Change into a rat. I was friends with Sirius Black. Peter Pettigrew. Great. I like that one. That's great. I like these riddles. I'm actually very bad at riddles usually, but when I see them written down, I'm often better. My friend Elise and I actually, we have a riddle obsession almost. We usually manage to figure them out together. I can't be like Hermione, even though I love to raise my hand, study for hours. Any tips? Well, you're obviously like Hermione Granger already. If you're raising your hand, if you love studying, if you love reading, then I'd say you're automatically already a Hermione Granger. So I wouldn't worry about that. Even though you don't look exactly like her, even though you don't speak exactly the same, that doesn't make any difference. My mum's in England. That's great. That's great. We're in the same country. That's cool. Oh, sorry. I was just reading a comment from Indira. She said that she's not able to watch anymore because her mum's got an amazing marshmallow business, which I will be doing a video on eventually. It's called Ananda Foods, so definitely go and have a look. Are there any really funny Harry Potter lock screens on the internet? I have a lock screen with the spell Alohomora. I've got some very funny Harry Potter pictures. Some of them are brilliant. Just anything from Tumblr, they have hilarious. Facebook, go on Voldemorphobia, which is a Facebook page, and they post really funny Harry Potter pictures. No, they don't teach me personally, but they correct some of my tests. Thank you. Could you talk to your mum and aunt and ask if they could perhaps not correct your tests? This is from Julie again, who, remember, she said about the her parents, her mum and auntie working at her school. What are you doing in the holidays? Asks Ruby. I am going to Devon, I am going to Spain, and I am meeting up with friends. Indonesia, wow. I have troubles with getting off the internet. You could say that I am addicted. Any tips? This is Mia Dubois again. I love your surname, Mia. It's an amazing surname. Who agrees that that is just the best surname ever? Dubois. Dubois. Sorry, I like words. I've got a how to stay off social media video, and there's actually, I know there's a website where you can click in websites that you don't want to be allowed on. I don't use it myself, but I've got friends who do. I'll try and find the details for that, and I can put it in the description box of my how to stay off social media video. I'm starting to get tired now. I'm answering so many questions. I've been doing this for an hour and 10 minutes. Wow. I don't understand why you don't like Harry Potter. I mean, Valerie Pot and all those people are really good apart from Hermione. Wait, I'm confused. So I'm going to leave that. Germany, hi from Germany. Hi to Germany. I want to learn Spanish. At my school, I have to learn German, and I don't like speaking it. It has nothing to do with German people, so they don't take it personally. Learn Spanish through Duolingo. Definitely download that app. You will love it, and try and make the most of German. It's a fantastic language. I don't learn it personally, but I know that from I've read about the word structure. My friend does German, Emily, and they have a word for practically everything, and I think that's quite fascinating in itself. I think once you get into German, I'm sure you'll love it, but use Duolingo if you want to learn Spanish. I'm currently in Spain, but I live in Belgium. Hope you're having a good time in Spain. That's from Granger Lifestyle. What job do you want to do? Book publishing. Neville Longbottom was the bad guy all along. What? No, he wasn't. That's ridiculous. He just turned out to be better than ever. Say something in an American accent. Okay, I don't know if I can do this. I'll do the elements of eloquence. The Elements of Eloquence by Mark Forsyth. Wait, I'll read a sentence. I feel so silly doing this. I've done an American accent before. The little dot at the end of a sentence is either called a full stop, or if you're of the American persuasion, a period. In fact, Americans rather like saying the word period aloud in order to add emphasis. Yeah, it's really bad. I apologize. Oh, Larry says, I'm half Brazil, Italy, France, and Japan. Wow, I'm watching you from Japan. Wow, hi to Japan. I love you. You inspire me a lot. Oh, thank you so much. I'm very touched. While texting, would Hermione use text speech or her usual complicated vocabulary? Usual complicated vocabulary. I don't know if I'm really the same, but whenever you write okay, you know how people write K, just the letter K? I always have to write O-K-A-Y. Stick exactly to how you normally write. Definitely. Hermione would not change for that. Carry on, please. I will, Thora, I will. I probably will stop soon. I've got 17 minutes remaining on my computer. Wait, let me plug it in. I need to get up to date with these questions. I need to hurry up. Oh, people have left the sad faces for Hattie. Oh, thank you. I'm going to send them to her. I'm not sure if she's still watching, but I'll send them. I have troubles getting off the internet. Oh, I've answered this. Oh, Matthew says hello. That was ages ago, Matthew. I'm sorry. I haven't seen these. Would you rather go to Hogwarts but be a muggle who can't use Quickspell, or be a Pokemon trainer who can only catch Magikarps? I've never played Pokemon. I don't know really what it's about, but I would like to go to Hogwarts even if I were a Muggle because I think it would still be fun. So definitely Hogwarts. Hello, Claire. Hello, Claire. Oh, that's from Nicola, by the way. Hi, Nicola. I know you from Instagram, I think, yeah. What's your favourite spell? Petrificus Totalis or Wingardium Leviosa. You motivate me so much to study. Thank you, says Julia. Weeb. It's the German B letter. I don't know how you pronounce it. Could somebody tell me somehow, even though you can't necessarily speak into this? Thank you so much, Miss Acty Girl. Oh, yes, of course. Message me, remember, okay? I can't believe that you answered my question. It feels like a Skype call. I'm really sorry for the mistakes, but I'm a little bit nervous and I just forgot how to speak in English. No, it's fine. Your English is perfect. I wouldn't worry, and no problem at all. It feels weird that I've actually made somebody happy through answering it. It shocks me because I don't. Oh, Ruby says, "Yay, love you." I love you too, best friend. Thank you for seeing my comment. No problem. What's my favorite Harry Potter book? The Prisoner of Azkaban or the Half-Blood Prince? I do like the Half-Blood Prince. No, I don't. No, I don't. I like the Half-Blood Prince film, but Chamber of Secrets. I like Chamber of Secrets as well. Sorry, that took me ages. Do you have a Wreck This Journal book? Yes, I do. Do you want to see if I can find it? Okay. I haven't left this desk yet, but I'm going to carry this over here. Okay. Okay. I think it should be in one of these drawers. It might not. I'm sorry if it's not. Okay. Yeah, it's here. I haven't used this for so long. I felt really bad wrecking it because, of course, it's a book. Do people use Wreck This Journal? This is my Wreck This Journal. It's incredible, isn't it? Oh, I might give it to my sister, actually. She might enjoy it. Oh, by the way, sorry, this is really random. I got this amazing pumpkin pie chapstick, and my lips are getting really dehydrated from talking so much. And it tastes like pumpkins, and I think you should try and get one. They're on Amazon for £2, so I think you should have a look. I really, really, really love mine. I bet I've got even more questions. Okay, gonna run through these. Let's see how fast I can do them. How do you learn all of these Hermione Granger facts? I make a lot of them up. Well, it's not really making up, it's inferring. So I'll read the books and I'll look at the character and I'll think, well, actually, how would she react to this? Also, most of it actually is using Harry Potter knowledge, using my knowledge of the books and the films. So totally an amazing surname. Yes. Oh, for Mia Dubois. Yeah. See, Mia, Julie agrees with you. Can you try to say my surname? I'd like to hear it in English. Okay. I probably won't be able to pronounce it though. Karamali. Where are you from? Chiara Karamali. Where are you from? I'm probably not pronouncing it right. I'm sorry. Who cares or not whether you're pro Putin? If you want to discuss politics, you've come to the wrong place. Although politics are interesting, we've got to stay up to date with politics. Hermione, of course, gets the Daily Prophet. Oh wait, am I near the end? Thank you, Ruby. Oh, and thank you, Julie Clancy, as well. I have a feeling that was done a while back now. Okay, I feel so behind on this. See, when Indira did one, because I took inspiration from Indira, she was 2 or 3 messages behind. She was really on top of it, and I was thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be easy. I can do it, but I'm way behind. I have to go. Ruby says, Hermione Hodgson says, I have to go. Love you, twins and bestest, best friends. I'm sorry you have to go. I will see you soon. Sorry, I need to plug it back in. Okay. How do you feel about the casting of Hermione and Charles Davies, by the way? Thank you, Ed Walters. I'm perfectly happy with the Hermione casting. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm actually really angry that people have gone against the decision of the director to cast a black woman as Hermione. I just don't actually understand why this is wrong. And I know people have said, oh yeah, Hermione's supposed to be white, but it doesn't make a difference. If you look at anything, I'm thinking, you know, Matilda the musical, you've got Zaris Angel now who's playing Matilda, and she's black, and there's no uproar about that. So why is the Harry Potter fandom making such a big deal out of it? Yes, I'm not going to deny I did see Hermione as white when I was reading the books, but I feel that in film and in theatre, and I don't think there's anything wrong with changing the perception of the character. After all, Hermione isn't based on what she looks like. She's based about what's in her mind and what's in her heart. So really, I think it's a very clever decision that they've decided to cast a black woman, and I'm ecstatic that they have. Do you study Latin? I want to study it, yes, but I don't. I'm starting at Mia Dubois, starting a YouTube channel. I think I should go and watch it because she's got an amazing surname. Remember, and she's just like Hermione. I'm absolutely going nowhere. Oh, I'll subscribe. Can everyone go to Mia Dubois and see? I think it's probably going to be the same as her, as what she's commenting with. So Mia Dubois, so it's spelled Dubois. Go and subscribe to her channel, okay? Let's do 100 subscribers, okay? Cool. I go to a classic high school where I learn Old Greek and Latin. For example, did you know albus means white? For anything about it, contact me via Instagram. I will, Juliet. Wow. I'm so jealous. We don't study any ancient languages. I know the end. Really there. Then I can be up to date. That's great. Oh, B is actually the sound of an S in German. Oh. It's not actually a B, it's an S. I'm sorry. I don't really think about the German language, but I do intend on learning it at a later stage. Least favourite subject, education. What book would you read from the Hogwarts library? Most potent potions. This is where they got the polyjuice potion recipe. Oh, look at that. So Millie Jordan, she studies German. She said the German letter reads as 2 S's, and Weiss means white in German. So, oh, that's great German. Thank you, Millie. And thank you, Julia, clarified that. How old are you? 16. Watched your videos 1 year ago. Oh, that's really kind. Well, not kind. It's incredible you've been watching it for that long now. You should learn Portuguese. I should. I do like languages, and I intend on learning more. Hi, somebody said hi, so that's LBELLLE1. Hi, I think your name is probably Belle, so hi, Belle. Would you read Harry Potter in Spanish? Yes, I've read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in Spanish, but I haven't read any of the others. But I intend on. I'm from France, and I read Harry Potter in English, The Prisoner of Azkaban. It's a beautiful way to learn a language. I agree. Yes, I definitely agree. What do you think about England leaving the EU? No, I'm really angry about it, actually. I don't want to discuss my political views necessarily, but I am so angry that we've decided on Brexit. I'm really angry. Sorry, I shouldn't be this angry about something. OMG, thank you so much for answering my message. You're so sweet. Thank you, Larry. You're so sweet as well. Hope you're having a great day. Oh, thank you, Pia. Hope you're having a great day too. These are lovely comments. Have you got any tips for staying organised? Again, a video on that will be coming in September as part of my back to school series kind of thing. Do you have any tips for speaking out more confidently in class? I'm always so nervous from raising my hand. I don't have any necessarily, but if I try and think of some, that's from Belle again. I'm sorry if your name's not Belle. Please tell me if I'm wrong. If I say your name wrong, please let me know. I don't want to. An hour and a half I've been doing this. Do you mind if I get some water? I'm sorry. 1 second. I've got a jug I've got glass there, so I'm just going to run and get that. Okay. Okay. You need, I think if you know the answer, there's no reason not to be confident. And if you read over your textbooks and you make sure that you know the answers, then you shouldn't be nervous. You need to forget that anybody else is there and only look at the teacher and make sure that, and I think practicing at home, I'm not sure if that will help, but maybe taking up drama, that kind of thing can always help with confidence. I'm one of the 3 Italians. Hi, Chiara. This is something. There is something that you hate about Hermione, and do you know that Minerva McGonagall in Italian is Minerva McGranit? I did not know that. Minerva McGranit is actually in the books. That's so funny. No, there's not anything I hate about Hermione. I didn't start the SPEW movement in the films. What's your favourite food? Oh, I'm related to you're a veggie. Audrey, are you also a veggie? Veggie. Sorry, it's very political. Yes, my favourite food is pumpkin ravioli with lettuce and cheese. My exams are going fantastic. Thank you for asking, Sarah. Have you pre-ordered Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? Yes, I have. Do you have some tips on how to stay? Again, I will doing a video on that, and organising a cool planner. You can see my planner actually. This is my planner. Oh, stickers fell out. Yeah. I can give some tips on organising my planner if you want. I'll do that in a video. By the way, I'm curious. Libby, are you watching this? Libby is one of my incredible friends. She is lovely. Please go and look at her just booking around. I guarantee you'll adore it. I just want to know if you're watching this. Subscribe to Mia Dubois. Yes, see Mia, your fan base is growing. This is fantastic. Thank you, Julie Clancy. I very much appreciate it. Looks like a great channel. I haven't managed to look it yet because I've been talking, but I will subscribe as soon. Thank you for answering so many of my questions. No problem. Thank you for asking so many questions. Bellatrix means warrior woman. That's Chiara again, who studies Old Greek and Latin like Juliet. What? See, this is so fascinating. And of course, Voldemort means bringer of death. Is that right? Dumbledore means like bee. It's really weird. And Argus Filch. Filch is to steal something. So I guess because he steals stuff from students. Thank you for answering. You're amazing. Thank you, Carol. Is that how you say your name? What do you think of Percy Weasley? He turned out to be great in the Deathly Hallows, but it's just so sad that he abandoned his family for the Ministry of Magic. At least he saw the error of his ways, but I'm disappointed in him as a Weasley. Yes, it's Belle. Thank you. I'm glad I got your name right then. That's fantastic. I'm a vegetarian too. Yes. Anyone who's a vegetarian, please comment it because I'd love to know. Do you think you would ever go vegan? Yes, I'd love to go vegan. And I don't even know what's holding me back because I only like vegan. I really only have dairy-free cheese and I don't have dairy milk. I don't even know why I'm not vegan already. It's because at school they have no vegan options. So, have you? Can you try pronouncing my first name? Hi from Canada. Anika. It's Annika. I think Anika. I think I have to go, but thank you for wishing me a good day. Carry on making videos. Amazing. Goodbye, Pia. Thank you for watching. Do you like Shakespeare? Incredible man. Favorite play is King Lear and Macbeth. I love Macbeth. In the Dutch books, Hermione Granger is named Hermelian Griffel, and Minerva McGonagall is Minerva Anderling. They changed Hermione's name. That's really Griffel. Come raise my hand in class like Hermione. or read for hours, but I want to be like her. And I love studying. You're just like her, okay? That's really important to remember. Anyone who loves studying is like Hermione Granger. That's Hermione's main attribute. Oh, thank you, everyone. Now I have to go. Bye, Mia. Everyone say bye to Mia. I really like her surname. I'm in love with her surname. What would Hermione do when she's bored apart from reading? You could go and see your Harry and Ron equivalents, talk to friends, write letters. I'm going to actually do a video on writing letters in the summer. I write letters with friends. I've written some with, I write loads with Ruby. I'm going to show you this. This is, whoa, I've got loads. These are the letters that Ruby sent me. We send letters a lot. And I've written a few letters with Indira, but yes, it's great letters. I'm a vegetarian. Mo is a vegetarian. I've been a vegan for 4 years, but I like Eddie. That ravioli sounds gorgeous. You're a wonderful person. Thank you, Audrey. Vegan for 4 years. Wow, that's amazing. How old are you? I can't raise my hand in class and study. I'm nervous to be like Hermione. Don't be nervous. Like I said, the main thing is that you enjoy studying. Vegetarian. Kathy is a vegetarian too. You just earned a subscriber. Oh, wait, to me or to Mia? That's what I'm curious about. Talking with you. Bye, Larry. Thank you. Yeah, I'm vegan. I understand. When I was younger, I wanted to go vegetarian, but had no idea how to do it at school. It's really difficult because we're not allowed to have packed lunches as well. So there's not really. You can have jacket potatoes. That's pretty much it. And Albus Dumbledore is translated Albus Silente. That's from Chiara. Is it Chiara or Chiara? I'm not. Chiara or Chiara? If it's Italian. Carol is vegetarian. You're nervous to be like Hermione, says Dimple Baby. Never be nervous to be like somebody you love. If they inspire you, then what everybody else thinks shouldn't have any impact on your own life, okay? It's really sad that people feel like this. They did the same in the Norwegian, but I hate reading Harry Potter in a different language. Fair enough, fair enough. Do you have days where you just think, I haven't done anything? That's sad. Yes. Some holidays you sometimes get that because you don't know what to do. I've only read Harry Potter in English. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm 16 as well. Hi, Audrey again. 16 as well, vegan for 4 years. That is amazing. If you've got videos, I'll subscribe. And Mo is 15 and she is a vegetarian as well. I've reached the end. That took so long. Wow. I didn't want to leave out anybody's questions. Oh no, I'm watching it now. Mo is 15 and she is. Look, I accidentally pressed play and so it's really lagging. Look, a vegetarian as well. I've reached the end. That's so funny. That's actually really delayed. Okay, so I need to go on the live chat again. Millie Jordan is 12. Be like someone you love. OMG, I'm crying. That quote is actually amazing. Oh, oh. Sorry, I didn't even. Oh, well, I meant to say it obviously, but it wasn't planned or anything. I send letters instead of texting, but I'm sure my friends would say I have to text them. If you send a letter, I guarantee that your friends will definitely like it. Literally, people love getting letters. When you come home and you see a letter on your bed, it is the most glorious feeling. My name is pronounced like Kiara, but I love the way you pronounced it. Kiara, that's a beautiful name. Chiara, Kiara, sound. I'm smiling too much now. So, is there anything else you want to ask me at all? I've been doing this for about an hour and a half now, and I am dehydrated. I can show you something I don't know you'd particularly like me to do. It's quite, I really don't know what to do now. I finished the questions. Remember to get this book. Remember, okay? And also we've talked about quite a lot of people. As in I mentioned Ruby, didn't I? RosRub02. Remember to go and follow her on Instagram. And I'm not sure how many people actually follow me on Instagram, but if you do, then please go and follow me. Okay, I'm probably going to have to call an end to this now. My viewers have dropped quite significantly to 41. So I think people are probably getting a bit bored now. So I will one of these. Do you go to one more question. Do you go to a co-ed school? I go to an all-girls grammar school, and it tends to make it easier to concentrate. I go to all-girls school as well, yes. I don't go now. Oh, sorry, Kiara asked, will you delete this live from your channel? I'm not sure. I will keep it up for about 2 weeks, probably, but I might delete it after that. I'm not sure. I just came in, don't leave. Oh, I'm sorry, Emma. Matthew's my friend. Yeah. I can't stay here forever. I'm sorry, Emma. You can ask me a question quickly and then I'll have to go, but no, I haven't heard of UWC. Oh yes, I do ceNSHt. Okay, I am gonna go now. Shall I finish with a Hermione? I think that might be quite nice. Always finish with a Hermione Granger quote. Okay, what shall I do? You don't use your eyes, do you? Didn't you see what it was standing on? It was standing on a trapdoor, which means it wasn't there by accident. It's guarding something. That's right. Now, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea to get us killed. Or worse, expelled. Thank you for watching, and I hope that I'll be able to do another one of these soon. I am extremely dehydrated, so I will see you soon. Please stay tuned because I should have a new video uploaded. Thank you very much for watching.